Hi, Heidi. I'm Justine. Everyone watching, this is Heidi. She is a student member artist of the Intuitive Artist Institute, and we are here chatting about Heidi's experience. And thank you for being here and sharing with us, Heidi. Thank you.
Thanks, Justine. This is like amazing. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having me
You're,
on.
you're so welcome. We started working together in October, right?
Yes.
Here. And so guess that's that about 6 months now or so.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
A
Oh,
little, maybe a
yes.
little bit more. And
Yeah.
would you share a little bit what you were doing prior to joining, and then we'll talk about like where you are now and how much things have changed.
Yeah. Before I joined the I Am Code, I was on a spiritual journey of trying to figure out what I wanted to, what my mission was, what my purpose was. And I found myself drawing a lot, just getting that creativity, that spark of creativity going. And I was drawing a lot of sacred geometry that I felt like I was channeling. But I wanted to do something more with it, and I knew that it needed to come. And I knew I needed to share that with the world, but I didn't know how to do it, or who do I need to, if there was somebody I needed to reach out to. And it just so happened that I came across you on Instagram and the I Am Code, and I reached out to you, and we had a couple of conversations, and then all of a sudden I found myself in the I Am Code. And um, it wow, this was just such divine timing, because it's like this creativity was bubbling up inside of me, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to express it even more. And these whispers, I listened to my guidance and my intuition, and it all pointed me to you. And now, wow.
Yeah, it's different now.
so this is so this is what I wanted to share is I've seen your website, and I've seen, and that's why I was so attracted to your work. I'm like, oh my gosh, this artwork is beautiful. And I saw the website, I saw the posts on Instagram about the I Am Code. And I think I told you this, like I thought about, and I saw this, and I'm like, yeah, that's not me. Like it like piqued my interest, but it was like, yeah, that doesn't describe it. That wasn't me, because I had this perception like I had to be a true artist, like a painter, like a painter. I had to be a true, like, I don't know, like a Picasso, or like, these really, really talented artists. I'm like, yeah, that's not me. And I totally forgot. I totally, even though I was really curious about it, I just,
Like,
I just, yeah, I put it off, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. That's really cool. And I'm like, yeah, that's not me.
what brought you back around?
I was actually guided to reach out to you. And I'm like, oh, because because I was drawing, and I was just kind of like, I was in that, I was drawing, sacred geometry, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I wanted to reach out to you and just kind of I felt guided to reach out to you. And I'm like, oh, I just wanted to, reach out, and if you have any advice, or,
Right, I remember
and
it.
I was like, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to reach out to her and see what she thinks. And, I was open to your advice. And then, like, when you reached out to me, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, and when we talked about the I Am Code, I'm like, really? Like, I belong in here. And I'm like, and here I was thinking, I'm like, wow, I don't like it was just like, it was, I mean, it was just like divine. was like synchronicity. It was divine timing. I don't know how we ever want to call it, but it was like, oh my gosh. Like I thought I had to be I thought I had to be I don't know, like a true artist.
Well, you're becoming that,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
you there was a part of you that was lit up and inspired by. So if you're feeling passion and inspiration for something, it's a signal that your body's telling you to go in that direction. Like follow
Yes.
that joy, follow that little spark, and you listen to it. And
yeah, I was like, are you serious? Like, are you really serious? I was like thinking, like, really? Because I never thought because my perception of an artist is very different. Like I don't know, I don't know if you had to go to art school, but you had to be like, I don't know. I just had this belief that you had to go to, I don't know, that you had to go to art school, or I don't know, you had to go to art school, or you're like you had to be a pure artist. And I looked at my art, I'm like,
yeah,
that was my belief. That was my belief about the container. That was my belief. Yes.
Yeah, and it's perfect because you really, I guess, symbolize or represent a group within the Intuitive Artists Institute that are absolutely following their intuition to begin this new path in life as an artist. So haven't really ever fully committed to it, but it's been this whisper in the back corner closet of your life, in your mind, that you're finally now listening to. And that,
absolutely,
right? Like,
yes,
there's a group within our community that is right exactly where you are too, and you're all evolving so much. And look at the work you're making. I mean, it's so beautiful, and every time we meet, the quality gets more and more refined and robust and clear. And I know you're making massive moves and changes in your life too. You want to let's talk about that a little bit too. Yeah.
okay.
So what do you think, or when you joined, what was like most surprising when you first entered into the community of intuitive artists?
Oh my gosh, I was just in awe about the connection between all the people that are in the I Am Code. It's like I had to admit, I felt kind of intimidated because meeting a lot of people on the I Am Code. Oh my gosh, they're just their talent and their artwork was just amazing, and just meeting all these beautiful artistic people. And here I was like, oh my gosh, I felt kind of like, I felt, oh my God, do I really belong here? But yes, I suddenly realized, I'm like, yes, I do belong, because we're all in this journey, this journey of expressing the journey of soul expression. We're all on this journey together, and there's nobody that's like behind or ahead. We're all in this together. And it really, oh my gosh, that was such a game changer. And it made me feel like, yes, I do belong. Yes, I do have, my soul wants to express itself in a more artistic way. And I was like, and it's just like the connection and with everybody here in the I Am Code was it's just so beautiful and so supporting. And you always leave like, wow, you feel supported. And I think that was like amazing to me. And I was just in awe, like, wow, I'm so glad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was just so happy that at first I didn't think I belong, but yeah, I do belong.
Yeah, you absolutely
yeah. So
You're very, very talented. And it's
Yeah.
so awesome to see your work evolving and refining. And that's just so exciting. I'm so glad you committed to it. I mean, it's a big investment, right? And you,
It is. I got goosebumps, sorry. But yes, it is an investment. But it's investing in yourself, it's investing in what you are called to do. And yeah, it's not going to be comfortable, but you're called to do your, you know, your soul is expressing itself through you, and you it's almost like you have to make that investment in yourself and your artwork. And it's so worth it. I mean, it's so worth it. I cannot stress that enough. It's so worth it to invest in yourself, and in, you know, and how your soul wants to express itself through you. So you can't ignore that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel different in any way having, you know, dove into the process of making this new art like more full on than you were before? Do you notice a difference in your creative world?
Yeah, I feel more I feel more confident. I feel more rather than I was before, because I thought it was just, you know, I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the I just wanted to, like, well, I'm not going to share this with people because they're, you know, it's not good enough, or people won't understand. But I feel more confident. You know, I'm still learning. But I feel more confident in sharing my artwork with people. And it's yeah, I just feel more, I feel more alive. I feel more like this has to be, like, this has to be shared. And how can I, like, how, you know, it's not done by me. It's done by through my soul. And how can I not share that with people? And so yeah, I feel more alive, and just more confident, and just more excited. Yes, excited is like the key word, is excited, and just more willing to share, and more just excited to share it with people. Yeah. It's connecting with people. You know, it's before I really didn't have I didn't really have a people to connect with, you know, in anything. So I kind of felt like I was alone. But now, like, I feel more, it's so great to connect with people, not just, you know, with their artwork, but just that community and just that connection. I think that is so important. And I didn't have that before. I didn't have that before the I Am Code. And this container helped me bridge that. It just helped me connect with other people that I was, like, looking for. And it helped me, and, like, this container has also helped me look at things in a different, and having a different perspective of the world outside of me. Like, it's just made me think of it, it helped me make a different perspective. And yeah, I mean, this container totally changed. It helped me with a lot of growth and expansion, and just seeing things in a different way. And I see things shifting, and just helping me grow into, you know, the highest version of myself. And yeah, oh my gosh, like, from last year up until now, like, if someone told me that this was all going to happen, I would be like, hey, you're crazy. But oh my God, you know, oh my gosh, it's really changed. It really changed my life. And I just feel so grateful that, you know, just for the connections, and just for the community, and just for the love and the support that we all give to each other, you know, with our artwork, and with just things that are going on with our lives. And yeah, this is I'm definitely not the same person I was last year. I'll tell you that. Yes.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
absolutely.
Yeah. What was it that made you fully commit and choose to join the IM code?
The nudges, my soul was nudging me to join, and I kept saying, oh, I don't know. But oh my gosh, that feeling of this excitement in my stomach, this feeling of like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. And even though I didn't know I didn't know how this was going to change my life or how this was going to turn out, I knew that it was like my soul was like nudging me, you gotta do this, and I'm like, okay. Sign me up. All right, I got it. After a few, and we've also talked too, and yeah, as soon as the nudges will not stop, and I'm like, okay, there's something here. There's nuggets of wisdom, there's nuggets of like so much. I'm like, I don't want to miss, not that I'm not going to miss out, but I just don't want to I don't want to miss out on that. I don't want to miss out like the opportunities or whatever this container has for me. I'm like, okay, there's something here for me, and I can't ignore it anymore. So that's what made me commit, because I'm like, okay, I'm in. After a few, it's like, okay.
I love that you say that, because there was something I felt in you that there's an urgency that you were so ready to fully commit to expressing yourself in this new way and connecting it to your new coaching business too.
Yeah.
So being able to express yourself as an artist intuitively, and then pair that to be of service with your coaching practice, mentoring, and all that brings, how you would bring that together. Like, it was the missing link. I remember you talking about that a lot, and the connection between both of them that we're still working on developing and merging. So I think so much of it for you was not wanting to have another day go by where you were feeling dull or your soul's feeling caged up, and that if you could unleash this part of you and really feel the full expression of it, then it would help you be able to serve others in the way that your soul has been craving, and knowing that this is how you're supposed to be in the world. This is your gift, your God-given gift to share in the world. And this was an aspect of it that you knew I could help you develop and bring together. I remember that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I got goosebumps. Yes, exactly. This was the missing piece of like, I don't know, 1,000-piece puzzle. And yeah, it was the missing piece. And at first I was like, okay, I did not know it. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's so much, it's so funny, because you definitely look back and you look like how all these pieces, like how everything all got pieced together, and you're like, oh my gosh, like you have this aha moment, like, okay, now I understand why, this all needed to happen. And yes, it was like one of the missing pieces. I got goosebumps because it's true.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. If you had a friend asking you, should I join the Intuitive Artist Institute? Would you recommend it? I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, what would you say to them?
Oh my God, I would say absolutely. Oh my gosh, absolutely.
But be really real. Be really real.
Really real. I would say, oh, hell yeah, you've got to join, because even that like, if your soul is even speaking to you about this creative spark that's like formed, that's this fire within you, that's like coming up, you have to join, because it is really going to help you. It's really going to help you cultivate. It's like this. Your soul is giving you this opportunity to express yourself, and through your artwork. And if that fire is burning within you, how can you not like honor that spark, that fire within you? How can you not honor your soul like that's calling you, like, here is what you are, here, you asked for this. Like, this container was asked by millions of souls that's been saying, hey, I'm looking for somebody or a container that can help me develop my creativity, to cultivate it, to I don't know, take it to the next 10 millionth level. And the soul's like, there you go. You asked for it, here you are, and here's the opportunity. And so, take it. This is for you. You asked for it. This is a gift. This is the gift from the universe. So yeah, I would definitely tell that to them, is you asked for this, and here's the universe handing it to you on a silver platter. Wow. And it's waiting for you to say yes to it. I'm gonna cry.
Thanks for sharing that,
because it just made me realize like what the universe told, like, you asked for this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry because
I love you, Heidi.
I love you too. Yeah. So
that's really cool. It's been, I mean, and honestly, we have had some hard times and breakdowns and breakthroughs, and you're still like wanting more. We were just talking before we, got on, started, the interview here, but that you're ready for a whole nother level of a breakthrough, and you've already been through so many in the past few months, and that's so exciting. And you're the exact kind of person that I love working with, because you're so eager and hungry and devoted to learning and evolving and becoming the best version of yourself you can be in art and serving others, and your spirituality, and refining that and coming into like such divine alignment and clarity. I see that shift in you too, and it's so grounding and precise and clean, and that's just awesome to witness.
I will say this for the people that are like, come as you are, raw, vulnerable, like, take off those darn masks, because, oh my gosh, like, you have to, you come as you are, because, that is what is going to, you are definitely going to up level, because you have to be raw. You have to be vulnerable. You got to like strip all the, be willing to strip off all the layers of, because this container is going to, it's really going to push you to, it's in a good way. It's really going to ask you to be yourself, your authentic self, and just be ready for that, because that's all I have to say. You got to be coming. You got to just come as you are, and just, your authentic self, quirky self, whatever you are, whatever. Because
that's really cool that you said that, because it's so true, and I think that's what we signed up for in this lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not coming, this container will make you raw and vulnerable, and make you see things that you don't want, you may not want, were like, I don't want to see it. It's going to make you want to see it, because that's what your soul is asking you to do, to express itself through your creativity. So so
Wow.
People come right. Yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. You feel that, felt that, experienced that, and can articulate that like it's kind of a subtle thing and not something we actually, you know, well, I mean, it's not something I kind of advertise really, or that we talk about actually very consciously. It's just so integrated into our way of being
Yes.
and rooting for each other and pulling, drawing this out of each other and supporting.
Mhm.
You talk about it as a container. I love that because it's like a safe place that we haven't
Yeah.
ever had for spiritual artists, intuitive artists to really cultivate this level of consciousness and connection to the divine and through our creations. And you know, there's that I'm blanking on it, Helma. Well, she's like the pioneer of intuitive painting, and she hid
Mhm.
her art and said like, you can't, no one's going to be able to look at this for like 100 years or something, and like kind of put it in a vault. And then
Mhm.
it's she was a woman and she was making really high level conscious art and felt the need to hide it for 100 years. And
Oh my gosh.
it's you know, like, let's not do that, y'all. You know,
No.
let's really be present and talk and be you know, pioneers of this kind of work in the world, and
Yes.
be the ones that are feel so strongly. And this is a huge part of why I created this, because the whole schools, because I want to empower other artists that have these really high quality values about the world and being of service and the environment and the evolution, conscious evolution of humanity.
Yeah.
And the money and power should be in our hands. You
Mhm.
know, if I could choose
Totally.
any type of person to have to all the riches in the world, to do good in the world, it would be intuitive artists and creators, you know?
Absolutely. Like I never knew that this existed. I never knew this. I'm like, how, I like, gosh, yeah, we need this. This is needed. This is needed on Earth. This is needed for all the people who have art to that needs to be expressed, and they need a safe place to do it, and this is it. And yeah, this is I don't know what else to say to convince you guys, but my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
amazing.
man, you got to do this. I
Yeah,
mean, like I said, this is the universe saying, like, here, you want a safe space, this is it.
cool.
So yeah.
Thank you, Heidi. That was
Oh
so
my gosh.
real
Thank you.
and perfect and honest. And you're living proof of all of it. Thank you for sharing that. And hopefully, you know, someone watching this will feel that in them and feel that they
Absolutely.
can also trust themselves to make this investment in themselves and develop their creativity on a whole nother level.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. 10 million, 10 million%.
Cool. Thank you, Heidi, so much. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Justine. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for this. It was great. It was really amazing.